Hello there, I'm Fury, and today we're going to talk about waterfalls. Let's go. Okay, so we're going to start right at the beginning with the simplest type of waterfall there is, which I'm sure everyone already knows. The game itself makes these when it generates new worlds, but just in case you don't know, putting water or any liquid, but in this video we're just going to talk about water, next to a half block, and it creates a waterfall. But depending on what blocks you use as the half blocks over here, you can actually control the color of the waterfall. And that's where we are right here, using rainbow blocks or rainbow bricks as the half blocks. You can make the waterfall constantly cycle through the different colors. And then using the different colors of Gemspark as the half blocks, you can control the color of the waterfall that way as well. But that just controls the color of the waterfall, not the actual bodies of water. In order to control that color, you use fountains, such as the Desert Fountain, the Blood Fountain, the Corrupt Fountain, or maybe the Crimson Fountain. You can also completely automate the fountains using a simple device to create color-changing bodies of water. Here's a really simple design that I made in one of my console worlds. It's just a color-changing fountain. And here's the simple bird engine design that powers the whole thing. Just a bird that spawns and flies back and forth, hitting pressure plates that activate the different fountains. You can also use some of the different colors of Gemspark walls in conjunction with certain fountains to great effect. Okay, so before we move on, there's one final trick I want to show you with this type of waterfall, and it's this trick right here. It's to make the waterfall look like it's flowing in the background behind the stone. So we're going to fly up here, and basically we're going to actuate blocks and use the paint sprayer. I'm using black paint to paint this stone right here. Just turn that off and turn on the actuation device for these right here. And one more, I think. Okay. Turn that off, turn the paint sprayer back on, and paint these black. Okay. Now we're just going to actuate this. And the color's not exact, but it's close enough that when the waterfall flows through it, you don't really notice it too much. And then we're just going to fly up here and go like that. And you have the waterfall going through these blocks like that. And same thing, I just wanted to show you with this type of waterfall instead of the side waterfall, just to demonstrate what it looks like with that as well. Okay, moving on, we're going to be using a lot of waterfall walls, and if you don't know, to make those, you need a crystal ball from the wizard NPC. Pop that down really close to a body of water, and we're going to need some glass blocks as well, and then you'll be able to craft waterfall blocks. With the waterfall blocks, at a workbench, you'll be able to make waterfall walls. Alright. So now, let's do this. Okay, so here we have some simple little example waterfalls using waterfall wall and dirt wall, and some little pools of water down at the bottom just to simulate an actual waterfall. So, you don't have to add any detail to this. I mean, it looks pretty cool just the way it is, but let's add a little detail just to see if we can't make them look a little nicer. And the first detail we're going to add is some white foaming water at the bottom, and maybe, yeah, to the top too. You can use a few different materials to do this. My favorite way to do it is using living ULTRABRIGHT fire block painted white. So let's just go 1, 2, 3, actually let's do 5 across, and then paint that white, and that's the way that looks like. You can use any of the living fire blocks, but keep in mind that all of the living fire blocks give off some kind of light. So if you use normal living fire blocks, it's gonna glow kind of an orange color, but I guess you can offset that just by putting some torches around, because if you use this inside of a cave or some kind of enclosed space, or just at night, you're gonna see that glowing orange color. So having some torches, tiki torches or something nearby will help hide that a little bit, so it doesn't look like your water's just glowing orange for no reason. Okay, so that's living ultra bright fire block. Now switch to negative paint and smoke blocks. And we're gonna put on the paint sprayer just to keep it simple. So same thing, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then 1, 2, 3. Okay, so that's smoke block. Now we're gonna use cloud block. The one thing with cloud block is, let's just do it. It's not animated, first of all. Okay, so it's just still. And if you actuate it, let's actually throw some actuators. Oh, okay, I have that on, never mind. If you actuate them, they turn too dark. They're like this dark gray, like rain cloud looking. And I guess, you know, it's okay if you like it that way, but that's just one of the drawbacks of using cloud block instead. But you can use any of these, all three of them, it doesn't matter. Maybe you're gonna build a waterfall in an area where the player isn't going to move through, or you're not gonna have to move through. Using, you know, unactuated blocks like this would be just fine in that circumstance. So other than that, you also don't even have to use waterfall wall. You can use cloud wall back here, and then you could use rain cloud up top. Just like that. And it kind of looks somewhat like a waterfall. It would look a lot more like a waterfall if you had some water around, like that. You know, you can put one of those on that side, and same thing on this side. Makes it look a little bit more, it gives you that sound effect also. Another way is you can, where's my dirt? There's my dirt. You can make an actual pool of water up here. Just make it simple. And pour some water in there. Okay. And then you could go like this and do one of those. Okay, so now what I'm gonna do is actually make a big waterfall and just add a lot of detail to it. Using plants, put some stone and stone wall around, and some white water. Okay, now here we go. A waterfall, a little bit bigger, with a lot more detail added to it. With a nice little tree over here, some strange plants scattered around, a little break, like a rock peeking out from behind the waterfall that kind of breaks the water a bit. Some of that white water foam down here. Anyway, here's what it looks like plain with nothing. Here's using cloud wall and rain cloud instead of the waterfall wall. Here is what it looks like just using cloud block. Here is negative painted smoke block. And finally, here is white painted ultra bright living fire block, or just any living fire block painted white. Before we go, keep in mind that I only showed waterfalls in this video. We also have sandfall walls, lava fall walls, and honey fall walls. And you can also paint all of these to create your own biome waterfalls. Anyway, guys, I hope you enjoyed this little tutorial. Please remember to hit that like button if you want to see more like this. And I'll see you next time in a new tutorial. Peace out.